Meghan Markle. Why does this name spark controversy everywhere it goes? Why do relationships around Meghan Markle so often end in silence, distance, or fallout? And why, years later, is the world asking one uncomfortable question? Was the story Meghan Markle sold us ever completely true? Today, we're uncovering the side of Meghan Markle most people weren't meant to notice, but can no longer ignore. When Meghan Markle entered the royal family, the world saw a modern fairy tale. A confident, outspoken woman stepping into an ancient institution, promising change, compassion, and progress. The media embraced Meghan Markle as a symbol of disruption, someone rewriting history in real time. But behind the polished image, another story was quietly forming. Over time, observers began to notice a pattern. Friendships faded, allies disappeared. Anyone who no longer fit Meghan Markle's narrative slowly vanished from the picture. This wasn't chaos, it was control. Every relationship seemed to serve a purpose, and once that purpose was fulfilled, the connection ended. Meghan Markle understood something very early. In today's media world, nothing commands attention like victimhood. Whenever criticism surfaced, the narrative shifted. Whenever questions were raised, Meghan Markle framed herself as misunderstood, mistreated, or silenced. At first, the public listened. Then they began to question. As interviews accumulated and timelines were compared, inconsistencies emerged. Statements didn't align. Stories evolved. What Meghan Markle said at one moment conflicted with what had been documented earlier. And once people started fact-checking, the foundation of the narrative began to weaken. Royalty is not just a family, it's a symbol, a legacy built over centuries. But for Meghan Markle, that association became something else, a brand. Titles, connections, and symbolism were leveraged for projects, visibility, and influence. And when the public began to sense that emotion had become a marketing tool, trust eroded. The interviews meant to cement Meghan Markle's legacy instead amplified skepticism. Rather than clarity, they created confusion. Rather than sympathy, they sparked debate. People began asking, why do the details keep changing? Why are others always blamed? And why does accountability never land on Meghan Markle herself? At first, doors flew open. Deals were signed. Invitations poured in. Then quietly, partnerships cooled. Projects stalled. Support faded. Hollywood didn't make an announcement. It simply moved on. And that silence spoke volumes about Meghan Markle's diminishing influence. The biggest mistake Meghan Markle made was believing the applause was personal. It wasn't. The admiration belonged to the role she represented, not the individual herself. Once the role disappeared, so did much of the fascination. Today, Meghan Markle still attempts to shape the narrative, but the audience has changed. People no longer accept emotional storytelling alone. They want consistency. They want evidence. And those demands have proven difficult for Meghan Markle to meet. Meghan Markle may continue to speak. But the real shift is this. The world is no longer listening the same way. Some stories don't end because they're disproven. They end because people stop believing. So the question remains, is this the final chapter of Meghan Markle's carefully constructed image?